Hey folks, I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, and today I'm going to talk to you about heroin. What I'm finding is that as oxycodone users and hydrocodone users are becoming less and less, we're finding a higher usage of heroin addicts. More people are experimenting or trying heroin, and unfortunately, heroin's not the social drug. It's not the drug that you try out. It's the drug that will get you addicted, that will change your life or ruin your life and possibly kill you. So what we're doing is we're finding that a lot of folks are sending their family members, their kids, their 20-year-olds, their 22-year-olds down to South Florida to get treatment. And instead of getting treatment, they're finding people who are hooking them up with heroin. So what happens? Well, we all know heroin destroys lives, right? It destroys lives. It destroys the family's lives. You know, people who are addicted, not only does it affect their life, but it affects their family, their mother, their father, their brother, their sister. There's so many things. So what happens when you're charged with possession of heroin? Well, if you have absolutely no criminal history, I mean none, right? No criminal history, then your best option is always going to be drug court because you can get treatment for the illness. You can get treatment for the dependency. Right? You can go to detox for somewhere between 3 and 10 days. Then you can go out, and if you need help, you can go into residential treatment followed by outpatient treatment, and you can get the help, and the court system can actually help you there. But what happens, and that's great if you're a first-time offender, but what I'm finding is many people who are being charged with heroin charges, maybe it starts off with a possession of heroin, but then there's a burglary charge, then there's a grand theft charge, then there's a robbery charge, then there's a dealing in stolen property, then there's a false verification of ownership with a pawn shop, right? Dealing in stolen property. And these charges start getting up. Now, sometimes what attorneys do is they'll get them a time-served sentence. Folks, time served, in my opinion, is the worst thing that anyone can do, especially if they don't have prior criminal history or they have very little criminal history. Granted, the user, the addict, doesn't want to be on probation. They don't want to do a drug court program. But making them a convicted felon sends them on a spiraling downhill because now they can't get a job. Now they have difficulty renting or leasing an apartment. The problems begin. Then they start stealing things that, once mom and dad don't pay the bills, or husband or wife or whoever it may be that's helping them out financially, once they've kind of started hitting rock bottom, now they're selling themselves. If they're women, even men, they're selling their bodies, right? They're doing all kinds of things. They're stealing things from department stores, things of value that they can go and pawn very quickly or sell in the street to pay for their habit. And those charges start building up. Right? If you have a grand theft and a possession of heroin and another grand theft and a dealing in stolen property and a false verification of ownership, now guess what? Prosecutors they're offering prison time. The thought is, hey, well, you didn't get the treatment. Well, good luck to you. Now you're gonna do prison time, and you're gonna think about detoxing in a jail or a prison. Extremely difficult. Now, granted, there's medical facilities, but no one's holding your hand and wiping the sweat off of your brow as you're going through it. They don't really care that way. So, parents especially, if you have kids and you're watching this video, hopefully it's not too late. Don't send your kids to South Florida to get treatment. Treatment's no disrespect to treatment facilities, but guess what? 95% of them are garbage. Garbage. They don't do anything except take your insurance money. Right? So there's probably 5% of them that are really out there to help. Don't come to South Florida. Don't send your kids to South Florida. If you're charged with a crime in Florida, then contact me. I'll do everything I can to help your family member, to help your child, to help your loved one. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley, talking about heroin, one of the most difficult drugs to separate yourself from. Once you're addicted to it, it sucks the life out of people. So please be careful. If you're watching this and you're thinking about it, I was reading some forums and people going, hey, I'm thinking about trying, I'm snorting a little bit of heroin. Don't start it. It's not a recreational drug, guys. I'm attorney Roger P. Foley. Be safe out there.